As we approach the Spanish Grand Prix, it's time to talk about upgrades as the development race is set to take centre stage at Barcelona. Being the former home of pre-season testing, the Catalunya circuit has it all. Slow, medium and high-speed corners accompanied by long straights. So it's a test for these cars and most teams will turn up with significant upgrades. And I'll give you all the information regarding these set upgrade packages, right from Red Bull and Ferrari down to R-B and Aston Martin. So don't go anywhere. Let's start with the smallest upgrade packages and work our way to the biggest upgrades, starting with the Williams upgrades. This team has improved a lot since the season's start, notably around Monaco and Canada. Williams scored its first points at Monaco and brought huge upgrades to Canada. Revised front and rear suspension components aimed at reducing the car's overall weight. After bolting the upgrades, the Williams car was notably faster. Yet they were not able to capitalise on that improvement at Montreal, with Albon's retirement after his collision with Carlos Sainz, while Sargent yet again endured another difficult weekend, another DNF to his book. Talking about the car, the team has more upgrades coming focused on unlocking aerodynamic performance, not just weight-saving components. Exacts of the upgrades are not yet confirmed, but Alex Albon did confirm at Canada that his team has upgrades in the pipeline for Barcelona. Next, let's take a look at the medium-sized upgrade package of Aston Martin. Aston Martin began the season hanging on to the leading quartet, but recent upgrades had failed to deliver the anticipated gain and saw it struggle to maintain speed. While the AMR24 was a great car in single-lap pace, the race pace has been significantly damaging, as the Aston car is suffering from severe tyre degradation, specifically around the rear tyres. Since completing its first upgrade package at Imola, the Silverstone team has been able to improve the car's overall balance and gain straight line efficiency. The AMR24 still lacks raw downforce to gain pace around corners while suffering from high degradation. So to work on this, the Silverstone-based team will be bringing upgrades to Barcelona, specifically around the car's floor edge and floor fences to rework load conditions to improve downforce generation. Next, let's take a look at the teams that are bringing the biggest upgrade packages here, starting from Red Bull. Red Bull will be bringing upgrades to Barcelona confirmed by Helmut Marko at the Canadian GP, and this is said to be around the car's side pods and floor. According to inside sources, Red Bull in its latest upgrade package are focused on making changes to the car's cooling, to the side pods to more or less tighten the radiator inlets further to take aerodynamic efficiency to the next level. As for floor upgrades, Red Bull will introduce a brand new underfloor spec at the upcoming race, and will be overhauling the floor edge design as a key revision. It's worth noting that from what we have seen so far, the RB20 is not a strong car like the RB19 was. Curb riding is a big issue for the 2024 Red Bull with its stiff suspension, and making things worse is that the Red Bull Sim is not able to predict this problem. But that stiff suspension will be handy in the upcoming triple header of Spain, Austria and Silverstone. Traditional high downforce circuits which all plays to the strengths of the Red Bull machinery. So most likely the Austrian squad with upgrades in the pipeline will assert its usual dominance. Next, let's talk about Mercedes upgrades. The Silver Arrows are bringing upgrades here to Barcelona, and they have been the team of recent to make a huge leap from a performance standpoint. Mercedes expects big steps to be taken through the upcoming triple header, with the team expected to debut a new floor at Barcelona. There are complementary upgrades lined up as well. Changes to the diffuser section will be made, adding fine detail. Canada was the most competitive weekend of this season for the Silver Arrows. A new front wing that Mercedes introduced to help complement recent upgrades appears to have transformed the balance characteristics of its car and suggested that the squad had finally started to unlock the secrets of the current ground effect machinery. There is this flexi wing chatter going around about the Mercedes front wing. Reports suggest that Red Bull have unofficially documented a complaint to the FIA saying that the Mercedes front wing is flexing more than it should. But the team did say that the flexing of the front wing is under the legal parameters. That's what James Allison also has talked about. The front wing has been a big change to the car, and it is complementing the entire aero package in perfect sync to unlock substantial performance according to Allison. So with this front wing and a brand new floor, it's very possible for the W15 to be contending for a podium at Barcelona. Barcelona also has a combination of different speed corners, something which the W15 has struggled with early in the season. So it will be a real test for Mercedes to see if they actually have improved on that particular area as well. Next, let's talk about McLaren's upgrades. The Woking team has not brought any upgrades since they introduced that big package back at Miami. And since Miami, on the whole, the MCL38 has been one of the strongest cars on the track. To complement on that progress, Andreas Stella at Canada revealed that his team has upgrades lined up for the entire triple header, making progress continuously. Stella mentioned that they're not expecting to make huge changes with these upgrades visibly. It will be minor parts, but maybe they play a huge role from an aerodynamic standpoint. The upgraded McLaren has been good in slow, medium and high-speed corners. The car has great aero efficiency proven by good top speeds. There aren't any particular weakness in this McLaren to cure rather than its peakness maybe. So the team's only got to do one thing, and that is to add usable downforce. Adding usable downforce is a sustainable way of getting rid of that peakiness, as the car's operating window will be enlarged by more downforce. But a little peakiness, being on the knife edge a little, will sometime provide that performance edge, proven by Verstappen numerous times. But it's driver preference, so we will have to see where McLaren goes with developments. As for Barcelona, it's mostly of high speeds and has an abrasive track surface leaning onto high tyre deg, two factors to which the McLaren car is accustomed to. So I expect them to perform very well here. A podium by the least should be their minimum expectation. Next, let's talk about Ferrari's upgrades. Ferrari has been very conservative with their upgrades. At least that's my opinion. They brought a huge package at Imola, and that seemingly has not provided the relative performance gain that was highly talked about. Carlos Sainz at Imola did stress the fact that there is not huge performance on the table, and his claim seems to be on point. Since the season start, even after the Imola upgrades, the team has not been able to improve the SF24's tyre warm-up issues. The team has upgrades lined up for Spain, a new floor is reportedly incoming, which is expected to gain about 0.2 of lap time, while also helping in improving tyre warm-up. Lack of enough tyre temperature was the reason behind the double Q2 elimination, and that is a weakness Ferrari wants to fix immediately. The SF24 has impressive tyre degradation, making them a challenger to Red Bull at Barcelona, but since Imola, the car has lost its edge on top speeds to both Red Bull and McLaren, so that's an area for them to work on at Spain. Finally, let's talk about VCARB's upgrades. Racing Bulls have performed very well this season, sealing the status of best midfielder. Red Bull's sister team have not only been the best in the midfield, but it is also closing on the top 5 teams, at least on single lap pace. The VCARB single lap pace is mighty, but race pace is certainly up for debate, as it has shown two big weaknesses. One is high tyre degradation, while the second is poor straight line speed. Corner-wise, they have been good in the slow and medium speed, but high speed has been a problem for them. So they are bringing upgrades to Spain. A new floor is set to take centre stage, as complementing front and rear wing upgrades have already been made since the season's inception. This new floor is supposed to bring Racing Bulls a lap time gain between 2 and 2.5 tenths, and is aimed at improving the car's high-speed performance. So with all these upgrades, are you excited for the Spanish Grand Prix? Will Alonso take win number 33? Will Carlos swoop right in and make it his Spanish delight? Or will Verstappen, as usual, dominate with a 20-second lead? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified about future uploads, to keep yourselves up to date about the 2024 Formula 1 season.